Thank you for joining us on this Sunday edition, the 9th day of August, 2009. I don't have words to describe how dire the situation is in this country, how the social engineers, the big offshore corporate banks and their sociologists and psychologists, just how manipulative they are and how they're playing the public like a fiddle. George Bush was a puppet. Bill Clinton was a puppet. Barack Obama is a puppet. These guys are corporate frontmen that read off teleprompters. Barack Obama has gone back on every promise he said he would do. Secret arrest, secret torture, continuing NAFTA and GATT, pushing to expand it, hiring nothing but lobbyists, expanding warrantless wiretapping, expanding the Patriot Act when he swore he'd get rid of it, and then pledging he was different. And I talked to Obama supporters. I talked to one today at my mother's birthday party. Guy I've known for years. And he said, oh, all politicians lie. And I said, you know, all over the country, Republicans and Democrats are being booed off stage, and they want us to fight with each other as Republicans and Democrats. I'm not even a Republican, I told the guy. His name's Harvey. I said, and you know that. You know I was against Bush. I said, it's like a Don King fight, Harvey, because this fella's been a boxing promoter. That's what Harvey is. I said, both people, he's even promoted fights with Don King. The point is, I'm sitting there having this argument. I said, it's like a Don King fight where he owns both fighters. And he finally kind of went, oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I guess it's true, but that's just the way all politicians are. They just lie to us. And I said, Harvey, the government was so corrupt and so bad and hurt your 401k so bad under Bush that they had this solution, Barack Obama, he was going to save you. Just like Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, father of Reaganomics, former Wall Street Journal editor. You know, he came out for Obama and said, I'm going to vote for him. And the last 3 or 4 months of the election, I was saying, I'm not voting for McCain. I'm not voting for Obama either. But I said to Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, I said, you watch. He's backed up by Zbigniew Brzezinski and by David Rockefeller and by all these top globalists. He's backed up by Henry Kissinger. He got 4 times the money McCain got from Wall Street and Goldman Sachs, the ones doing this. He's bringing in Larry Summers, that changed the laws to let the banks carry out the derivatives, and Robert Rubin. And he said, I know, but you just got to repudiate Bush. Well, now he's a man of conscience. He's now come out and said, I was wrong. Obama's worse than Bush. It's hard to believe, but it's actually true. Because he, as a conservative, for him, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, to watch Bush triple the size of government, use the Patriot Act against U.S. citizens, to see all that happen, the million-plus dead Iraqis, he was a moral person, so you morally almost had to vote for Obama. But I knew it was a bait and switch, because I knew Obama was handled and controlled by Bush's controllers, even more so. And plus, he was slick. He had charisma, something Bush didn't have. And so he was much more dangerous. He is a puppet, but he's there to make you feel like you've invested in him. He's there to make you feel like you are part of his power structure and that you're winning and that you've defeated the evil Bush. When meanwhile, the whole agenda that Bush was carrying the baton for in this relay race, now the anchor of the race is Obama. He's the closer. And Bush perfectly passed that baton off, and Obama's just boom. I mean, he is just smoking our liberties and freedoms. He is burning down our liberty. Now, that said, Harvey, and who I've known for probably 10 years, because his daughter went to school with my sister. And his sister's like 14 years younger than me. This was the first time he looked shook up, he looked upset, and he looked even aggressive at first with me. And I said, that's fine, you want to be a sucker, go ahead. And I started breaking his conditioning right there. I go, you know you've been suckered in your gut, and you don't want to admit it. And that started breaking his, because he's not stupid, but people put themselves under mind control. They want to believe the con. It's like with con artists and Ponzi schemes. Even after you've lost a bunch of money, people will then invest even more, thinking they're going to get it back. Stop being suckered. But I was talking to another friend this weekend who was over at the house, and I said, you know, we're getting all these Obama posters out everywhere, and she actually looked upset and said, look, let's just not talk about Obama. Alex, I like you, but let's not talk about it. And she was looking at me like kind of, like it was like crazed look. I mean, these people are in, just like Bush supporters. When I was out exposing him as a puppet in New World Order and bad, they didn't care. They still believe WMDs were found. They still believe all of this because they're caught in this left-right paradigm. Everything is the left-right paradigm. Now, we've got a lot of death threats from Obama supporters. We've got a lot of threatening things have gone on. Obama supporters bragged on websites that we've linked to that they shut down the Alex Jones channel on YouTube with 30-plus million views, and I had to file in federal court and block it. Well, now it's gotten worse. Several top videos that were on the front page of YouTube getting tens of thousands of views an hour, hundreds of thousands of views yesterday, on their way to tens of millions. And I've had videos that have been seen tens of millions of times. I know when it hits the zeitgeist. It had hit that million watts of power. It was going supernova, these videos. They erased them. And YouTube emailed us. You can read their email in the story that has the headline up on Infowars.com about Obama speech police. Obama speech police shut down top YouTube videos. And there it is on screen as we simulcast the radio show at prisonplanet.tv. And the guideline was a community guideline. They said they got complaints that my videos were racist. And we looked in the comments of that video and other videos, and we actually have those quoted in the article, saying Alex Jones is a racist. Everybody do your patriotic duty, complain, and get him shut down. Now, even if what I was saying was supposedly racist, you have to defend that free speech or everybody loses all their speech. But there's nothing about him being 6.5% black, 43.5% Arab, and 50% Anglo-Saxon. There's nothing about the fact that he's 6.5. He's as much African as I am Native American. That's about how much Native American I have. Fine. Again, in the name of race, they inject it constantly, and they create the racism. It's tribal division is all it is. That's how the British would control different countries they dominated. Was in India, everybody was an Indian, but they were different religions and different tribes. They would play all these Indians. There'd be one British person for every 1,000 Indians, but they could control the subcontinent through divide and conquer. And that's all the media is doing. When they constantly talk about race, I mean, when you say you don't want cap and trade, they write mainstream news articles saying you're racist. CNN, MSNBC, they all say it. If you're against giving up control of your life to government-run health care, they call you a racist. I've got stacks of the news in front of me. You've all seen it. Think about how over the top that is. But see, they know that you know you're not racist and that you're shocked by it. It's not meant for you. It's meant for insecure people out there that feel like everybody's out to get them to then freak out and cuddle up next to government like it's their savior. It's meant to get everybody fearing each other. It's meant for everybody to see their racial and religious differences. But all camouflaged in the name of fighting racism, which is really a made-up term. It's tribalism. You take a bunch of white people up in Scotland, 800 years ago. Every clan was killing the other clan, even though they all looked just alike. People will find reasons. You ever seen the Star Trek episode where one guy's black on one side of his face and the other guy's black on the other side? It's a race of aliens where one side of their face is white, the other side is black. But the oppressive group oppresses the other group because they got the white side on one side instead of the other. I mean, that's the way it is. In Scotland, they would kill each other over just what color their kilts were. They look just alike. But see, because that's a human nature thing that's being manipulated. So now the media, the government, and they've got bills introduced about to pass where you're arrested if somebody doesn't like what you say. The cyberbullying and hate crime bills say if someone doesn't like what you say, you're arrested. I mean, this is the total end of America. We'll tell you about this censorship and the Obama people beating folks up across the country.